If you've been following the podcast for a while, you'll know that a little while back, I announced I was talking to investors about my startup AI Box. We ended up getting such a huge influx of people talking to us that we kind of changed our strategy regarding fundraising, and we have a really exciting announcement coming soon. But if you were an investor that had previously reached out to me and jumped on a call, make sure to reach out again. I have some really exciting news to give to you, or if you're an investor today looking to invest in an absolutely groundbreaking AI startup, I'm going to leave my email, jaden@aibox.ai, in the description, and I'll give you the inside scoop. It is another hot day in Arizona, although the weather's getting a little bit better. We're starting to dip below the 100 mark, and if a day doesn't get to 100 degrees, I'm super thrilled. So in addition to Arizona being really hot, the fundraising market for AI is really hot right now. Today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about Pryon, which has just raised $100 million to index and analyze enterprise data. Pryon is actually a company I've been interested in a while because their CEO, Igor, I met up with a while back. Super interesting guy. Honestly, like maybe one of the most interesting people in the AI space. Very prolific. Anyways, I'm trying to get him on the podcast for like a month now. I've been messaging his agent. He's like, yeah, I'm down to come on, like go get it scheduled with this guy. So anyways, hopefully, Rowan, if you're listening, I love you, but please, let us get Igor on the podcast. He's a legend. We'd love to talk to him. You guys are doing some amazing stuff at Pryon. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump into Pryon and what they're doing with this $100 million raise. Welcome to the AI Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app, or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today. Pryon is an emerging startup focused on AI-driven solutions for mining insights from enterprise knowledge bases. And they recently, like I mentioned, have just raised $100 million in funding. And this was spearheaded by Thomson Tolles U.S. Initiative Technology Fund. I think this significant capital injection aims to really boost Pryon's overall growth trajectory. Plans include expanding its current workforce of 100 people, enhancing its international footprint and amplifying its strategic collaboration. So inside, allegedly some insider sources have been talking to some journalists, and they said that this latest round propels the company's total funding to $137 million and elevates its post-money valuation to between $500 million and $750 million. So the vision behind Pryon really comes from its founder, Igor Jakoblov, who is a seasoned entrepreneur who formerly headed the multimodal AI research division at IBM. He went into retirement I just talking to him the other day. He went into retirement and then he was like, had to come out of retirement because he was mad that no one was doing a bunch of important things in AI that he saw need to be done. He's been in this space for a long time. None of it's new. He's actually a really funny guy. If you ever listen to him talk, he spoke at the AI4 conference that I went to in Vegas this summer. And it's kind of funny because like everything he was saying, you could just see he was like perpetually offending a lot of people. And I just love someone like that. Not saying, mean insults, but like his opinions on AI and how this isn't actually that cool and that actually is way bigger of a deal than most people think. I could see he was just like, I don't know, offending a bunch of like people in big corporations that thought they were the greatest thing ever. Anyways, it's kind of funny. So his previous venture, Yap, was a voice recognition startup. It's kind of, pre-Siri, and it was acquired by Amazon in 2011, serving pretty much as a catalyst for Alexa's development. So interestingly, the moniker Pryon, or that name, has its origins in the code name Amazon used for Alexa's foundational speech engine. So he just kind of, stole their code name and made that the name of his company. In any case, though not strictly a voice assistant, Pryon functions as a specialized assistant. The platform operates as a quote-unquote knowledge fabric, capable of interfacing with third-party chatbots or channels. It accepts various types of data, including audio, image, text, video, and transforms it into a searchable and usable format compatible with, connected front-end systems. So Igor kind of likens Pryon's functionality to Kendra, which is Amazon's AI and machine learning-driven enterprise search service. both platforms employ, connectors to unify and index a broad array of data from different databases. However, Pryon claims an edge in accuracy, speed, and scale. So according to Igor, Pryon is twice as accurate, ingests data 10 times faster, and can index billions of documents, far surpassing Kendra's limit of 100,000 documents. And to be honest, I think Igor's probably spot on with this. It's a guy that he calls himself a troll. He's like, you'll never kill me. I'm just like the troll. I will always beat people because I'm just in my cave working hard. He's just a good guy. Man, Igor just brings a smile to my face. In any case, this is a quote from him. He said, one of the platform's distinct advantages is that it overlays existing systems. Organizations don't need to port their content into the Pryon platform to retrain end users. Simply point to a data repository and the platform generates an AI model based on that content. It even understands legacy content through its computer vision, optical character recognition, and handwriting recognition capabilities. Come on, guys, that's insane, right? You don't have to import everything into his platform to train your model. You just point it at where your data's sitting and it's going to train the model for you. And if it's legacy old data that isn't properly formatted, it's going to use its computer vision. So very, very cool. A really great innovation. I can see why they're raising this is their Series B right now. I can see why they're raising $100 million on the Series B. So Pryon also prioritizes data privacy and leaves no footprints of its indexing operations. The platform allows customer defined parameters for data inclusion, ensuring that only legally entitled content is incorporated. Again, something a lot of big companies are struggling to, grapple with. Igor said there's always attribution to authorship and ownership. So I think despite some really stiff competition from well-established platforms like Amazon's Kendra, Microsoft's SharePoint Syntax, as well as emerging startups like Hebia, Kagi, Andy, and Glean, Pryon seems to be carving out a really strong position for itself with annual recurring revenue reportedly in the 7 figures and a clientele list featuring people like Dell, NVIDIA, Westinghouse. I think Pryon really is kind of showing a promising signs of really robust growth. I think this is going to be a big winner. And why it's kind of I don't know, Igor's like the developer, hacker kind of old school version of Elon on this specific area of AI models, I would say. I think the company is going to be successful because Igor is really quite prolific and very forward thinking. He's seen a lot what's happened in the past and is very good at forecasting where it needs to go. So I think he's going to get stuff done a lot better and faster than other companies. I think he's going to be a lot more agile than people like Amazon and Microsoft, even though those are the people he's currently up against. So he recently said, quote, Pryon is one of the few AI native companies designed from the outset for enterprise application. Its unique architecture allows it to operate effectively even in highly regulated environments ranging from the energy sector to government agencies. He's worked a lot with government agencies. I went to one talk in particular where there was a board. He was on the board. There was someone from the Department of Defense on the board, someone from the Coast Guard. Anyways, people were asking questions and the government officials would just their face would go blank and they're like, I can't comment on that. And Igor, who has worked extensively with the military in other areas, is the reason they can't comment on that is because what they're really trying to say is blah, 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 blah. And he just give you the answer that you actually wanted to hear, but a government official can't say it. Anyways, very cool guy, very cool company. I think Pryon's is primed to do some really cool things. So big congratulations to the whole team at Pryon on raising $100 million.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
Thank you for listening to the AI Chat Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you rate me wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're looking for an innovative group of AI enthusiasts, make sure you check out our Discord channel and also our Facebook community. It's obviously a lot more interactive than a podcast where we can actually share software tools, prompts that we're using in everyday AI. I'll leave a link for those in the description below.